And hello! Welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals to Tabletop Galaxy presents Broken Space Halcyon Days Episode 8 Session 4 Part 1. Whoo boy, or as we'd normally call it just Halcyon Days Broken Space Halcyon Days Episode 8. Welcome, one and all, to this very exciting climactic episode, and it's not even the finale yet. So, before we get into all that, all the upkeep stuff, and then the recap, let's first introduce ourselves to these wonderful players and their characters. So, we'll go over, talk about yourself, your pronouns, and also your character and what they got with their new experience points since we are at the start of a new session. So, first up, Alex.
Hello, I am Alex. I use he, him pronouns, as does my character Atmos Cas4, the Caloran Bounty Hunter Gadgeteer. I got some great stuff with my level up. I got a rank in Jury Rigged, which basically means that I can select any weapon, armor, or item and increase or decrease a particular stat on it. So for mine, I simply took that fancy new modular rifle that I got last episode, and I decreased the crit value by 1, so it is now a crit rating 2. And then with my last 5 experience, I got defensive stance, which is also fairly simple. I use a maneuver and spend a strain to upgrade the difficulty of all incoming melee attacks.
Awesome. So, some pretty good stuff, I would say, for our good friend Atmos Cast 4. So, next up, Wade.
Yeah, I'm Wade. I'll be playing Bishop. We share he, him pronouns. Let's see, with the most recent updates, I went ahead and repurchased, I guess, my multi-tool hand, one of these cybernetics that was previously damaged. And I upgraded my cool.
Awesome.
And that was about it.
No problem. Next up, Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I go by he, him pronouns, as well as my character, Vans, the blue Rhodian gunslinger. For his experience points that I used for upgrading, he went with the skill tree in dodge. So as an incidental, when someone aims at me, I can upgrade their difficulty to shoot me, which might come in handy tonight. I'm not sure.
We'll find out. And last but never least, Io.
Hi, I'm Io. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Zale, who uses they, them, and she, her pronouns. Zale is a Twi'lek charmer / force-sensitive emergent, and with my 15 XP, I picked up Inspiring Rhetoric and improved Inspiring Rhetoric. I'm actually finally buying into some of the talents of my starting tree.
Wonderful.
And I will get to give people boost dice.
Boost dice are always nice. Put that on a t-shirt, please. So, welcome back. As a reminder, this is our Broken Space twin campaign. We have Second Sunrise, our wonderful sister twin campaign, where we are playing the Fantasy Flight Edge of the Empire system in a dual-linked storyline. But before we even get back to our storyline, we have a few pieces of upkeep here that the Edge of the Empire system tells us we have to do. So first, we have the more fun one. So, for those who are unaware, the Destiny Pool is a fun thing that we get to use as part of the system to represent the powers of the Force and luck and fate in the universe. So, every player is going to roll Destiny and are either going to generate points for them or for me. And players and myself can use points to use special abilities, make little narrative things happen, or just make things a little harder or easier for themselves. So, without further ado, players, Destiny away.
That looks like 2 dark side pips.
And that's a dark side for me as well. We're off to a great start.
Cool.
Why does the Force die always do this to me?
No, the Force hates us.
There we go.
Not completely.
So I got a light side.
And Van's also got a light side.
So we're starting off with a mostly balanced 2 light side and 3 dark side. So could be a lot worse. Speaking of a lot worse, we're now going to roll
Obligation.
obligation. So as a
Mhm.
reminder for all you beautiful people at home, obligation is a fun, really, really fun mechanic. I'm not just saying that because I'm the GM and it kind of gives me rights to be a little sneaky. But basically, every character in character creation for Edge of the Empire takes a little bit of obligation to represent. Might have debts, enemies, threats, things going wrong in their lives. They're not just skirting by with a nice job. They've got something gnawing at them. So each of these players have a certain amount of obligation, and I'm going to roll a D100. And if I roll under the party's total obligation, one of those players, which number they coincide with, is going to feel the heat in today's session. So the party hasn't been able to do too much to reduce obligation so far. They've arguably done stuff to gain obligation, but I've been kind and not made them add a ton on. So it's still 80 is their current total. So that's a double number, and that's 66.
Wait.
So that is one Zale Meshta
I thought it was me.
with her
Oh.
family obligation, and it's a
Oh,
double
no.
number,
And it's
which-
a double number.
which means that Zale, your strain threshold is going to be reduced by 4, and everyone else's strain threshold is going to be reduced by 2. So that's fun for everyone. I'm sure exactly what y'all wanted going into this big climactic heist. Speaking of big climactic heists, so last time on Halcyon Days, the party was led to Quen's space station from Socorro based off of a few leads on there. Quen is a massive, and I mean massive, space station housing a capital shipyard, a shipyard, and this kind of Las Vegas-esque entertainment district. The party made a quick friend from the huts and found a hut-friendly cantina, then quickly found themselves in enemy ground at the Royal K, not Circle K, which I'm sorry. It's canonically circular shaped casino, but it's the Royal K. They found themselves among enemies in the Royal K casino as Driel Zod, the Nautilin Black Sun operative and the killer of Van's mother, turned out to be the exact person they were supposed to interrogate and find information from, along with their Deshad ally Paxus. They quickly retreated, although not without a tense moment, and proceeded to plot their revenge. They threw a fight from Bishop and clever
Hey,
negotiation.
we didn't throw that fight.
He didn't. He was a well-fought one. They managed to gain the allegiance of 2 of the gangs here on Quen Space Station and gather enough muscle to get them in the door, and one particularly skillful droid that goes by the name Snips to help
We all left.
slice them
Snips
in,
is great.
who is just a delight. The party, even, although with a bit of a kind of bad deal, managed to get some getaway speeders lined up from the Vornskiers as well. Now, as they approach their ship ready to sleep in the preparation for a bright 4 a.m. 5 a.m. heist, Van's got a message telling him, looks like you're about to do something stupid. You should talk before you do that. Signed, Ono Haran, Captain of the Screeching Corcoran, which, as you may remember, was the original name of the Halcyon Days. Please, enter in.
I think after that we all ran off to a hotel.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the call. I went and just turned it off.
Mm-hmm.
And
It wasn't a call. It was just a message. But yeah,
It was just a message coming up. Vans is just sits there for a few seconds, quiet, processing, it just kicks over one of the crates and just runs up to the cockpit.
You see
And-
a couple of mouse droids move the crate back up.
And I just start going to the computer and I'm checking the sensors and I'm like, I want to do a diagnostic sensor on the ship to see if we're bugged.
Sounds
Trying to
good.
figure out if we're bugged.
All right, that's going to be an average computer's check.
So I suppose no one's interested in the hotel I was booking.
You hear Van's just cursing up a storm in the cockpit. All right.
Ready when
Difficulty?
you are.
All right.
Just an average check.
All right,
So 2 purple dice.
I would also like to give him a hand, but not the boost dice sort of hand. I want to go through the ship in a more physical way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that's skullduggery?
Yeah, that sounds like a skullduggery. I'm going to say that's going to be a hard check just because it's a little harder to find. So go ahead and do that roll.
All right.
I'm all ready for you. Okay, so for Vans, we got a success and 1 threat. So I'm going to say, Vans, take a strain as you're kind of freaking out.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
But you do find that there seems to be some kind of signal coming from the lockers that you all have been using. Now, Zale, you got 2 successes, but 4
threats.
Now, I hear Seal in the back of my head telling me to have you fall prone.
Trip over a mouse droid.
Right. I think. Do you have an idea for these 4 threat? Or does anybody have a good idea? I mean, you're gonna take some strain, but
Well, I got successes trying to find bugs. I guess the obvious threat would be that I found something that was worse than expected.
okay, yeah.
I
So
have an idea as well if you
yeah,
want to hear it.
what's that idea? I do.
I think
really
maybe
do.
they tore up the ship more than they would have liked, like a lot more than they would have liked.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. So Zale, you start
And
investigating.
I am being a bit paranoid right now. I mean, I'm 4 strain.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say you're gonna take 2 strain. As you like start searching and you're like, this isn't thorough enough, and then you really start searching. Like Vance, you come over to like check the lockers, and there's panels like off. And Zale
I can imagine the leather chairs and the couches. All the cushions are just up and things are just sideways.
And there's like the whole little army of mouse droids that are running around.
Hold on, I need to check you. I need to check you.
You see a little mouse droid like scooping up some of the like stuffing from the leather chair, and then Zale just like opens up the mouse droid, right? Like these things are trying to keep up, but they can't. But Zale, I will say that you find not something that the ship didn't detect because it was separate. There also seems to be basically it's not like a camera, but all it is it seems to be something that just detects when something walks on the ship's surface. Like it's basically just like a little it detects vibrations. So basically somebody just was able to plant this bug to just know when you were on the ship or near it.
Right. Well, we'll see about that. I would like to pull the bug off and go find a random droid and stick it on.
Like a mouse droid or a droid outside the ship?
Outside. I want to clip it too.
Yeah, you find like a loader bot that's walking around picking up and carrying crates and doesn't even seem to notice. And Vans, you open up the cabinets where you kind of detected this signal, and you see those VIP badges that you had all walked away from the casino with this little blinking red light.
I grab them and I'm just like, just kind of motioning that they're here, and I take them. I'm looking like.
I think Atmos is gonna look around and try to find like a storage crate of some kind. And if he finds one, he's just gonna open it up and like point at him and have him like try just shove him
drops
in.
it down,
Mhm.
puts it down, and
Yeah.
then Vans is kind of like motioning to go outside the ship.
Mhm.
I will say, because of the 2 successes, Zale, you're fairly certain that unless they like went real deep, you found like there should be all the bugs. I mean, you were very thorough.
Yes, I was.
Mhm.
Ah,
I feel like an idiot.
it's okay.
Well, at the very least, they don't know all of what we're planning.
Yes, we
And
did
I'm
do a
fairly
lot.
sure I got everything. Mouse droids are clean.
Thank you, Zan.
Because we did leave those cards in there once we changed out of our formal wear, didn't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but how sensitive they are, they could probably have picked up everything we were talking about in the lounge and the hangar, in the cargo. Not to mention this phone call. The message I got is from the former captain of the Halcyon Days. So our boss, the player, forgot his name,
Druzad?
Jurazad must have called him in.
I have an idea.
Please.
Let's leave a recording next to those passes. A recording. Did he tell you to go talk to him, or did he tell you to call him back?
There was coordinates kind of on the first floor, but like right near the access elevator. So
Excellent. My friends, let's put together a nice recording of us arguing about you heading off on your own. And
I
see
also-
what happens.
I have a question.
I have an answer. Maybe.
About what time is it about, like right now?
So it's like early evening. You guys were pretty much getting ready to hit the hay before you wake up and do your big heist, but yeah. Like you spent the whole day like negotiating, getting details sorted out,
Mhm.
just meeting up with people.
I'm wondering if we might want to push up a timetable.
That's what I'm thinking too, is that we do the ruse of the conversation so that he's waiting for us, and while he's waiting, we contact and we hit the place now, that they're unexpected. And even better, or like I said, we could say, yeah, that would probably be the best. And
That's
maybe we
exactly
go
what
in
I
the
was
back
thinking.
way instead of have everyone go in the front way, and we go in the back way.
I'll start sending off some messages. Let's
Contact
put
the
together
ones
that
see if
recording
we can get
first, though.
one more hand for the front just to keep Snips safe up there.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're gonna need Snips to help us get into the back. Well, they're gonna go in the front, but can he access everything from the below?
Well, we need to get
That's
in
not
through
where
the
that
front if we want to
security
shut
station
down
is.
the security, yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, what I was thinking was we go to the Vornskiers because they were like, hey, if you need any extra muscle, it'll cost you, but you can come to us. And I know we were planning on shorting them anyway, but I think at this point it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get that extra hand and just tell them the code and have them shut down the security while we come in through the back, we'll be
Yeah.
set.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't like the idea of shorting them.
I don't think it's an option anymore. I think we might just have to live with the losses.
Well, we never know. We'll see what's up there. We probably may not have to short them. We will be able to pay everyone, including us. So how shall we go back in to act a little difficult or angry?
All right. Oh, they probably heard, since it sounds like they're hearing things, some of the running around, so act like I only found the vibration sensor. Act like I only found that, and well, we're all very anxious. Our nerves are getting frayed. We're all getting on each other's nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I like it. I like it.
I have some ideas, so just roll with the punches.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys go in the ship, and please, I'm really
Van
excited.
just kicks over another crate and just slams it, and he's like, "That. What did we find again? What was that? Some sensor?
A vibration sensor, that's all. That's
You
all
know,
I
but-
found.
How did they get on the ship? How did they get on the ship?
I don't know. Ask
Is this a hot
station
ship?
security.
Is this a hot ship?
Well, the person I got the call from it's not a hot ship. I won it. I beat the dude, the former captain. The
Who
former
are they?
captain. What was his name? Ono Han is his Captain Ono Han. He was a Black Sun operative, or
And you didn't think a Black Sun operative would be a little upset at you taking their ship?
well, he lost. I took it's my ship now, but I didn't expect the dude to call him, and now he wants to meet with me. So only he probably wanted
You're not
a
going.
duel. I'm going to
You
go and
are
shoot
not
him.
going.
I'm going to go and beat him again, and shoot him and beat him again, and take more money from him.
He'll shoot you.
No, I'm a better
This
shot.
is a trap. This is an obvious trap, and you are about to walk right into it.
Here's what I'm thinking, all right? Here's what we are going to do. No arguments, all right? We're going to stay here. We're going to lock down the ship. We aren't going to leave. We're going to wait the night. And then once that's done, we're getting out of here.
And I'm not. Fine. You do what you want. But if you do that, then do you have any idea? We can't leave another fiasco behind us.
We certainly can.
Well,
We could just get into
yeah.
the ship and go.
Precisely. I mean, just head to some backwater. I don't know, Tatooine, perhaps. I've got some ends with the huts. We could probably just sit there, hunt bounties, maybe even, rough up a couple of people, live there.
Criff that. You people might be the mercenary type, but look.
Fine, not Tatooine. We'll head to Dantooine. We'll, I don't know, become farmers.
I don't know what I expected. I don't. I have some arrangements to go deal with if we're leaving. So I'd appreciate it if you didn't run off without me or lock down the ship before I go do that.
Here's the
Fine,
deal.
I'll start considering our options then. I could always contact the guild again, get some bounties. We could always just run off to the corporate sector, become pirates.
I could actually know how to do that. But question, can you check the bounties guild to see if there's a bounty on Ono?
That's a good
While you're
idea,
at it,
actually.
check to see if there's a bounty on us.
Oh,
That's a good idea as well.
I have to meet with him because I'm going to have to shoot him so that he doesn't chase me.
You aren't meeting anybody.
I'm going to go and scout it out, and I'm going to tell him to meet him at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. So that way I can go get some more armaments, scout the place out, make sure there's no traps, and then I'll meet him.
What are you going to do? Rig up bombs?
No, but I got a stun
Because-
grenade or two.
Look,
Or
you're
frag.
a good shot, you're a great shot, that's not in question. But are you a take out 5 people who are lying in wait for you great shot?
Yes. I think I am.
Fine, go do it then.
I'm going to go get some more. I'm going to call him. I'm going to meet him I'm going to lay low and then scout it out. I'm going to tell him I'm going to meet him at 1, and then I will be back here at 2, and then we can get out of here.
I'm just going to go make some calls elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if we've got any problems. Meet us here at 2. If you are not here at 2, we are leaving without you.
Okay. That was amazing. I loved every second of that. So I'm going to say we're going to roll a deception check.
Mhm.
I'm going to guess Zale's the best at this, so we'll do
Probably.
Zale with a boost die for some help.
I think a performance
boost-
like that warrants 2
Because
boost
there are
die.
2
Yeah,
other-
for sure. Actually, so I'm going to say that their skill against this is going to be 1 purple, 1 red.
Mhm.
So, yeah, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay, boost dice are in.
All right.
And rolling deception. Oh,
Oh,
come on! Oh, come
what?
crap!
Griff.
It's like clockwork. Really?
Oh.
Never despair.
I
For
never
the audience, please describe what we have.
please
Yeah.
2
please describe
successes,
what you
4
have.
advantage, and a despair.
All right. So I will say successes, I think you know what that means. I think you can recover some strain. I feel like you are very happy with how this has gone,
Oh no.
at the very least. Despair. So I think what I would like is to just hold on to that despair as like it's gonna come in at some point else. Sound good?
That
Perfect.
seems fair.
All right. You got it. So, how much strain has Sale taken?
I've only taken 2
Okay. So
because
you
I'm permanently 4 up from
right.
threshold.
So you can come back down to your lowered minimum.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So then we're heading off to the secret covert hotel that we made arrangements to, and with those such good rolls, we're gonna figure out avoiding all the cameras.
Well, as a reminder, there aren't a ton of cameras on this floor. It's all on the first floor that they
Got
have a
it.
ton of surveillance.
Mhm.
So it's not too hard to get to the hut friendly little hostel without being seen. Yeah, and so I'm guessing the checking the bounty thing was a lie, or was not a lie. I mean,
No,
or was
actually,
it a lie?
I'm hoping
I
that
don't know. At most, you tell
that
me.
was-
I think actually checking a bounty is not a lie because I don't think he considered that up until this point.
Yeah.
And now that it was brought up in an argument, he's like, "Oh, wait, that's probably a good idea."
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't feel like having you roll is really necessary because it'd be there or wouldn't
No,
be.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure I know.
So you search for y'all's names. Nothing
Yeah.
seems to come up.
I'm sure I can find Krita again
Mhm,
at
mhm.
somewhere that's not the Royal K.
Yeah. So you get in touch. You find so you see none of you have bounties, and all there is for an Ono is there's someone named Ono Alakami has a very large bounty that's currently claimed,
All right. Let me go.
like very large.
Yeah, it goes. Blast. That could have been useful. Oh well, it's already taken.
One of those. You're like, let me see if that ever gets open again.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure there's like a wait list
There's
that
a
he can put
bookmark.
himself
Bookmark
on
this.
because I mean
Mhm.
bounty hunters can go after a target and then die by the droves. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. And then y'all. So other than that, y'all did want to go hire some extra muscle. You said.
hmm
Okay.
And I
So
actually do need to shoot off some messages.
okay.
There's been a complication. We need to move up the timetable. Out of character, what time were we thinking of heading?
we were
1 a.m.
shooting.
1
We
a.m.
were
Okay.
shooting originally for like 4 or 5, but now we're probably going to move that
Okay.
to 1.
All right. So we need to do it at 100 hours.
Actually, 1:30. 1:30.
Okay.
Specific.
1:30.
All right. So I'll say it's pretty easy. So just kind of you guys could do some negotiation, but I will say so you guys just want someone who can basically punch in the codes that Snips would normally have done at the front
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So I'll say that it's pretty like 100 credits will get that guy in the team, no problem.
Mhm.
Okay.
Make sure that we don't expect to fight, but we will definitely need them to fight.
Yeah, and the head of the Vortex just kind of indicates to this like grungy biker bar with a Thunderdome in the middle of it, be like, and they're gonna be armed.
All right. I'm sure we can handle this, but this has turned into a rat mess very fast.
Yeah, we got your
Shenanigans are our
message.
specialty.
We got your message about the increased timetable, so we'll be there.
I greatly appreciate that, my friend.
Let's make some money.
Indeed, let's make some money.
All right. So, what other preparations, if any, do y'all want to make before we fast forward to 1:30 and the execution of this plan?
Definitely lock down the ship.
Okay.
Not just a regular like lock it, but actually like put it on alert, you know?
Mm-hmm. Locking down. Alerts on. Have a nice day.
You're gonna need to name that thing at some point.
Oop, you're muted.
Oh, am I?
No, Jay was.
No, I was.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, the name has been changed in the boss, BOSS.
I think he meant the onboard computer.
The onboard computer.
It's not an
onboard.
AI, but it does talk to you.
You know, maybe Snips can maybe
Hallie.
Snips can do a little upgrade.
Halky.
I like that actually. I do like that.
Halky.
Or maybe just Hal. No, wait,
Oh,
that's
no.
a bad idea. No, last AI that was named Hal ended very badly.
Good news is it's not an AI.
That is the good news. What about Haley? Haley's good.
Haley, yes.
Haley, I like it.
All right. So we make it to the hotel area.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Alright.
haven't heard back from any cartel bidders for later, but
And at that you get like a tap on your shoulder.
Ah.
And you turn around and it's your good drinking buddy
Uh-oh.
that you met by chance.
excellent.
Yeah, Jadar. Hi.
Speak of the pilot.
It's me. So y'all wanted to talk to some hut folk? Okay.
Just wanted to let them know about someone who's going to be up for grabs later for
Sure. I mean, I can I can get you the meeting if you all are ready.
I'm always ready.
I mean, okay, sure, if you say so. And they start kind of leading you forward.
And out of character, I just had a really bad feeling about this.
I mean, Atmos will say it to himself. He's like, I got a bad feeling about this.
And you all are led in, and you see, you kind of led through. You see there's lots of, hut security. There's probably a few Gamorreans and all that good stuff. Definitely not a place you would want to be breaking into.
Mm-hmm.
This hotel actually seems like, yeah, it's hut friendly because it's apparently where the hut stays. As you come in to like a very nice kind of lounge area, there's lots of like, Star Wars spice and music playing and all that good stuff. And then on like a large cushion is it's an adult hut, the massive kind of like yellowish purple kind of molted pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And Jadar says, Dennick the Hut. And kind of like does a little kind of like bow, is like, well,
Mhm.
that's sorry,
Yeah.
that's all. And like gets out
Atmos
of
will bow deeply.
So will Zale. Honored
And
Hut.
bows.
I believe we had, and they look over at Vans, a piece of information about something that might be of interest to the cartel.
the hut. Obviously, they are saying like, but I'm gonna translate
Yeah.
because that's better television. Tell me of this information.
We are currently undertaking a task specifically for the Vanderajah clan. However, we believe this might benefit you yourself, Mighty Hut. We have been sent here to investigate mysterious happenings in hyperspace, and we ourselves have managed to track down a good source of this information to someone you might be familiar with. And he looks to the rest of the party to kind of double check, like, should we say his name?
Drillzod. There's probably going to be a bidding later. We thought it would be remiss of us if we did not let the cartel know of such things in case they found him more valuable than I suppose his compatriots might.
And when would this Drillzod be going on auction?
Probably later tonight.
No,
Tomorrow.
I suspect it would be a day or two.
This is good to know.
Of course, you wouldn't want Black Sun getting the hands on him.
No. I can think of many uses for Drillzod. Tell me, who do I have to thank for this useful information? Friends of Jadar is not
I'm about
suiting.
I have an out of character question.
Mhm.
Remember how I'm really bad with names?
Yeah.
I forgot the Meshta who hired us.
Oh, hold
can
on. I've got it written down.
Let's see who gets it in their notes
Katal.
Katal. I'm Zale Meshta. These are my friends and allies, Atmos, Vans, and Bishop, here on behalf of Katal Meshta.
Meshta? quite
Yes.
involved for the family, are you not?
Well, when one's cousin has a job for one, it can pay to listen. We keep
Hmm,
our ears open for each other, of course.
I see. Well, kind of looks at you for considering you closely. Be sure that this, whatever circumstances will bring Drilzad to me, does not extend far out. We must keep the hut interests well and safe, don't you agree?
Of course, Honored Hut. We will move with the utmost caution.
If you would grant us one very simple request, Honored Hut. In exchange for bringing you this information, all we ask is that when you are finished with Drilzad, our good friend Vance here might get the honor of, how would you put it, Vance?
Removing the trash.
Oh, oh, oh,
I have a personal stake with this man and would
mm.
like to put it to rest.
So it seems. So it seems. I don't see a reason why not. If you are still around.
Oh, I'm confident we will be. But to be transparent, he killed my mother.
Hmm. Well, I'll be certain to remember that when the trash needs disposing of.
I greatly appreciate this.
I'm sure you do. And you see just like a little bit of a smile.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like you have quite the day ahead of you. Enjoy the luxurious stay here. Nothing but the best. That is the hut way.
As we're familiar, Mighty, what was his name again? I totally forgot to write it down.
Denick.
Mighty Danik.
It's been an honor.
And just kind of like nods, kind of as regally as a giant space slug can,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of goes back to some spice.
Mm-hmm. All right. I don't think I have anything left to take care of.
Alrighty.
Nope.
So the first thing so through your preparations, you have a good hiding spot. You set yourselves up. You get Snips joins up with the group. You see everyone kind of moving through the area, kind of setting themselves up. You see kind of parked along the side near the kind of access area for employees, so a little bit off of the main front door but pretty close to other exits. You see two speeders have been left that you have the keys for, and you see again this massive Circle K casino. So what is the timing you folks want to do in terms of the Vorn skiers coming up and hitting the front security and you all getting in a side door. What's the like? Are you gonna go same time? Are you gonna wait and see how they do, or you want to? What's the plan?
I think our best chance is to all hit at the same time.
I was
Let
gonna say
them
the
be
same thing.
both a part of our plan, and if things go south, a diversion.
Okay.
And
Well,
to be clear, that
Mhm.
we're using that cargo elevator in the back all the way up. So
Got it.
that's the back way that we're coming up, and then hitting
All
them
right.
from the top, and then trying to go back the same way.
Okay. Sounds
Instead
good.
of going through the front door, the distraction through the front door, and then we're heading up through the back.
Okay. So
Snips. Once, as a potential thing here, just a card to have in case we need to clear the area. Do you think that we could, if necessary, set off a fire or depressurization alarm?
difficulty trivial.
Excellent.
Agreed. So
I don't know why I didn't think of that before.
So it's way more fun to have players roll dice than me. So I'm going to have some nice big rolls for first the people in the front and then Snips. So I'm gonna have Wade roll for the big old brawl going on in the center here.
Hey,
So
one additional thing, so we're clear. Snips is going to
Snips is gonna get you into the cargo elevator and then get it up there.
quietly,
Right.
quietly, so it's undetected.
Right.
Get us
So
up
he's
there.
gotta slice you into that thing.
Okay.
No alarms yet, just
I mean, there's going to be alarms because there's a big old brawl going on the
but
front. Hopefully, that's the only alarm. So,
Mhm.
wait, I'm going to say that you have some pretty good muscle here. So you're going to have 2 green and 2 yellow dice. I'm going to add in a blue die because you hired that extra little bit of muscle to get you hacked in. Okay, and it's going to be opposed by 2 purple and 1 red. Okay. So the odds are in your favor. You found the Vornskiers, you got in their good spirits, and this is something they want to get done. So I'm ready to roll when you are.
all right. I'm gonna roll then.
All right.
All right.
So that's 1 success and 2 advantage. So the Vornskiers jump on everyone. It's a success. You see the front. You like see this like out of the corner of your eye as you're kind of moving to your position. You see they outnumber the front bouncers. Although the 2 front bouncers are these massive, like the Wookiee and all that, they are still outnumbered, outpowered. And you see the front alarm go off, and you see the first few floors, all the lights turn off with I'll say the advantage is like the hacker, the slicer that you hired did his job, and poof, 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 you see the Royal K lights go off on the first bit, and there's just like mass confusion. So
excellent.
next up, we need Snips. So Jay, I'll let you roll for your friend Snips here. So as a reminder, they have 3 green and 1 3 yellow and 1 green for hacking. They're very good at their job, and I will say that this is going to be a hard check, and I'm going to use a dark side point to just make this a little harder, hopefully.
Shall I roll, or shall someone who doesn't get the
I'm
spares
saying
every
Jay.
time read? Oh, Jay. Sorry.
I'm letting
I didn't hear
Jay
I
roll.
didn't hear that.
No worries. Just because. Fun fact: Jay actually gave me the idea of Snips, so
Oh,
figured
yes.
it was fitting to let him roll for this wonderful slicer.
You're still muted.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm silenced again. Do we get a boost for his slicing equipment or anything like that? Or that since he's been in the system before? No.
I don't think he needs it,
Okay.
and
No, that's fine.
no, because he hasn't really been in the system. He just
Okay.
is good at slicing.
All right, so I am going to. I think I'm hitting the right button, but let's see.
All right.
Alrighty.
So
You are much better with the red dice than me.
Not all the time.
For the audience,
See,
that's
yeah.
4 successes and a threat.
yes. So for threat, now I think for one threat, having the alarm go off is a little severe. So what I'm gonna say is that the lights are also off in the cargo elevator.
Hmm.
So basically, you guys are in the dark for your approach to the VIP section. Like basically, until you kind of get out of the kind of back ways and more towards the VIP section, you're going to be in the dark as to what's going on.
Atmos slips on his tracker's goggles.
Okay,
Now the waiting, I guess.
but you are now rising up to the
God,
top
this
of
is
the Royal K.
tense.
So
Exciting.
let's
That's
get
in character, by the way.
One stun grenade in one hand, blaster in the other.
Zale's going to reach in and draw her holdout blaster, and she knows blasters well enough to know that you don't point it at anything you're not willing to shoot, and you really don't put your finger on the trigger before you're supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
but she's sort of idly bouncing it as she points it off towards a corner.
Atmos is actually going to look over at Zale and see her dinky little holdout, and he's going to slip his blaster pistol, the one that we got from our first job, out of his holster and hand it over to Zale. Say,
Oh.
you might need something with a bit more punch.
Fantastic. Great idea. I'll just put this back in.
and
Thank you.
the cargo bay doors open. I will say, Atmos, since you have the goggles, I'll let you make a perception test. I'll say average difficulty
All right, let me just
as they
double check.
open. I do believe you get a
Goggles.
boost die from your own heightened awareness, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken. Awesome.
I also get a boost die to attempt to locate a target by sight.
This is more just like
Oh, just a
getting
general
a way of
sweep. All right, so then
because you
just
don't
a-
even know if there is a target.
Okay.
Hey, one more thing.
Yeah.
During the getting ready phase,
Mm-hmm.
can it be noted that Bishop tapped his collar?
Yes.
Okay. It's
All right.
important.
For sure. Yeah, it is.
I'll roll perception then.
Okay.
That's just one success.
One success. So what I will say, so you've come up in this kind of back car, like, employee section in the casino, right? The part that you don't, the normal customers don't see. So you see the like guards that were in here rushing down and away towards other elevators and lifts. And so basically it looks like you have a clean shot, at least in this back employee section, before you get towards the VIP section.
Atmos is going to just check the power pack on his gun, slap it back in, and motion for the others to follow him as he moves forward.
I follow.
We go.
Awesome. So as you walk along this section, you first off, Snips kind of addresses you guys and says, first objective completed. Second objective in progress. Second objective, I cannot speak. Snips is fine. Second objective requires
isn't a court of law.
separation. Luck
All right.
extended.
Be safe.
You too.
Safety preferred.
Call if you need
See
help.
you when it's over.
Confirmed.
Grab credits if you can. Data and credits from the vault.
Jubilation. And they kind of veer away. And you, like, they go left, you go right. As you continue along, you see basically where this section ends, like you've run past a few different rooms, just like security monitors and stations. You see the part where this ends, where you kind of get towards the VIP section, where basically there's only a little bit of hallway where you first came up, and with the like, actual resident, like, or not resident, but actual, casino goers, how they get to the VIP, and then into that large room with a sabacc table you first met Driel. I will say, you do see a vault right here.
All right.
Like on your way.
I mean,
So do
we
we
think we can
start
break
loading
into
up
this?
now?
I don't know.
I think we should.
all right.
Against
Let
my better
me-
judgment.
Against
Yep.
mine too, but
Another method of distraction.
That's true. Actually, I have an idea.
What you got?
Bishop, we go find Drilzad. Vince, Zale, see if you can make it into here.
I think we just go. We need the muscle. He's probably trying to escape as we speak. We'll take him first, and then take the vault.
yeah,
Fine.
vault's a bonus objective.
Fine, we'll come back.
Snips might be able to do it better. Let Snips know where the vault is. Move towards the
All right.
door to the main area.
All right. You go in, where the kind of, it just looks like another door, but, behind it is the employee section. And before you is just like a double, beautiful, kind of frosted, kind of glass-like door towards the VIP high rolling section.
A door that... A regular door or like an elevator door? I briefly lost track of where we were.
Just a regular door.
Okay,
So basically, this is all on the same level. You just
Oh.
yeah, you just were in like the back employee section that they didn't directly
Now I
link into this like high rolling section.
Yep.
I understand now.
So,
Okay. Let's
Atmos
see if
is
the
going
door's
to-
locked.
Sit next to the door, and he's gonna put his finger up to his lip.
Mhm.
And lift up. He only has 3 fingers, so he's gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then he's gonna bust in.
Yeah.
Up. Go ahead.
Yes,
No,
Zale?
that was
You have
in
something you wanna do before
character.
that?
That's what
Got it.
Zale's sort of... Because they were about to try to, like, unlock doors and...
And
Guess
it
we didn't need
appears
to.
unlocked as you just kind of, you go to bust in and it's kind of like bing, opens up, and you maybe stumble, not having expected to meet resistance, and you see sitting feet up on that sabacc table, Drilzad, casually, doesn't seem too harassed, too stressed out. Paxus standing next to him. You see 4 of those security guards with like truncheons and such standing around the chamber, and he says, "Welcome! I expected you all back. Please come in.
Pleasure to see you, Drilzad.
It is
Forgive
for
us
now.
if we skip the pleasantries.
Understood."
So is the big bodyguard there?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Paxus is right there.
Paxus, so
beside.
Paxus is there. He's
So,
there.
yeah.
We got 4 other ones. Okay.
So yeah, it's Drilzad the Nautilin, your
Yep.
arch nemesis with your mother's double blaster at his side, Paxus the large Dashad bodyguard, and then 4 kind of, just security guards. They just have like stun batons.
Mhm. Okay.
Well, with the pleasantries skipped, now obviously I can gather why you're all here, but let me just tell you, you passed a vault to get here. There's plenty of credits in there. I'll give you some of them if you forget this folly.
Oh, fantastic. Either you. Well, either you think we're stupid enough to turn around and let you shoot us in the back, or you think you might lose. And I know that sounds more like a conversion thing, but I'm actually trying to be inspiring to my party here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can
yeah.
I make that
I
my
love it.
inspiring rhetoric and make a
Yeah.
leadership roll?
So what's the difficulty of that roll typically?
I believe it's always 2 purple dice,
good.
and let me double check the talent description. This is the first time
good.
I've had it to use it.
New abilities.
Uh-huh. They're fun.
Mm-hmm.
Make an average leadership check. Each success causes one ally in close range to recover 1 strain, and each advantage allows one affected ally to recover 1 additional strain. And because I have the improved version, everyone who's affected gets a boost die for a round.
All right.
All right. Is that a boost die on everything?
Yeah,
Okay.
for a round.
Awesome. So
because I only
I've
have
got
1
my-
round.
got my two purple loaded in.
All right. Let me find leadership.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So-
just to advantage.
So the advantage lets people recover strain.
Yeah, but I didn't get any successes.
Oh, so yeah.
So it didn't go through.
I'll let people. Because you got 2 advantage still. So I'll say you can recover. 1 person can recover a strain if somebody
Okay.
has some strain.
I've got no strain.
I think Vance has 1, right? You're muted, but yes, Jay has.
I've got
So
one.
Vance recovers 1 strain with this kind of nice retort from Zale.
He's getting
See,
pumped.
Drillzod kind of like credit where credit is due. You folks did a good job. You got in here cleanly. I don't know how you got yourself in that elevator, but however you did it, it's well done. It was clean, quiet. But don't think because you did that, you can throw away your lives here. All right?
Hey,
The only way you think you can continue is if you start spilling your guts about the anomalies in space and all the issues you know about that. Tell us that, we'll consider walking out with the credits.
Consider. Yeah. That's the thing. Maybe if it was the other 3, but
Okay, how's this? We will walk out.
yeah. Is that something I can rely on? Why don't you make a negotiation roll, Vans? So I'm gonna put in a black die for you because
Yep.
of your
yeah.
personal history.
Mm-hmm.
And Vance is lying through his teeth right now.
Okay,
so
cool.
he's-
So a deception roll
yeah,
then.
it's a deception. He's lying. He has no. He's yeah. That it's
I
a
wish I'd
complete-
gotten in on this check because. But no.
Hey, I get
All
a
right.
boost though, so that's gonna be a good.
Yep. So you get 1 boost. It's gonna be 3. It's gonna be a hard difficulty check
Okay.
with one difficulty here. And
Okay.
oh wait, actually, let me make sure. Okay, no, they do not have. They don't have nobody's full, so
Yeah.
there's no upgrade.
All right.
Go ahead.
So here we go.
That is
All right.
That is
Wow.
2 successes.
That is 2 successes.
You see that they kind of look at you a little confused. Huh.
See, I can be patient. Our objective, I recognize the objective that we need to do, and the money. You and I, our history, it will come back again.
That it will, I'm sure. Well, there's not too much harm in this. I mean, what's done is done.
No going back.
And if there's a
Indeed.
recorder somehow, comlinking it to Snips.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any kind of recorder, but I think if we com it to Snips, then maybe Snips
I know
can
I
start in
have.
their databanks.
I know I
Mhm.
have a comm link on my equipment list,
Okay.
so it might just be like on.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sounds good. Listen. It's no secret the Black Sun doesn't particularly love the Huts, yeah? And I'll say there's parties out there looking for revenge for other slights and crimes by the Huts. And well, turns out when you're as old and got as much history as the Huts, there's people figure out a lot of different fun ways to bring out that revenge. And sometimes they just need some resources to get that done. Resources the Black Sun is happy to provide. Now, if I were you lot, I'd run along, tell your little bosses, your leash holders, that the Black Sun is involved and they should get up in arms. But I'd hyperspace jump as far away from hut space as possible while you still can. Because the individual I'm working with, they're driven. They're not going to stop. Doesn't matter if I pulled out right now. It's done.
What is it? A device?
Of a sort? Nothing I've ever heard of, but
Are they playing with the beacon?
That
not
doesn't
quite.
sound like it.
No.
Hmm.
That's the best part. I've had people investigating the beacon already, taking a peek, seeing if anything was wrong. Everything's fine.
A ship?
I've got to hand it to you.
Huh.
If this is going to get worse, you've made a fantastic weapon that you admit you've lost control.
Lost control is a strong word. I think it's working as designed.
For now.
So
Listen.
that seems like truth. Small truth.
Ah,
Who's this
are we
person that you're
betting
working with?
now?
Give us some credits and we will leave.
They just go by the Ash Angel.
Okay. I look at everyone. And how are we going to? Are you going to open the vault for us, or are we just going to blow it up ourselves?
And you're gonna leave? Never come back?
We're going to leave.
Say that's gotta be worth what, at least 500 credits ahead?
5,000.
Call it 1,000 and consider yourself lucky.
Fine.
Fine.
Sure,
We
just
made.
send your
1,000
guys to get
credits.
it.
Wait, out of character?
Mhm.
Is the rest of the party going for this, or like,
No,
are we
no,
making
we're
a
just
group
playing
perception
along.
check? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Vance
sorry.
gave you a look. He knows what
Sorry.
he's. Trust Vance. Trust Vance.
Yeah, you see Drilzad kind of hits a little communicator button and sends a little message. Want a drink while you wait?
Nope. Any funny business?
You know how much I hate complications.
No, I don't.
Oh,
Hey, I'll take a drink.
I mean,
Does that get me closer physically?
sure,
Okay,
a little bit.
that works.
Atmos, why don't you keep an eye on what comes out of those doors?
Very well. He's actually going to flip the switch on his gun to stun.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Yeah, you see after a little bit a group of 3 more kind of guards with like casino security come in with seems to be a bag of cred sticks.
Look at them, grab them.
Yeah,
So
4,000 credits in there.
okay. All right. Do the 3 still stay there?
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And I grab the credit. I start making my way towards the back door,
Mhm.
kind of getting that to and I hand the credits over to Zale.
Mhm.
And I'm like, see?
I have to hand it to you, Vans. You're more patient than I expected.
Time will come. And just before we get out, I'm allowing Bishop close, but as Bishop is kind of getting not towards the door, like close enough that all he needs to do is turn around and hit something, but further enough away that all of us are at a certain. Vans goes, now that business is concluded, this is for my mother. Draws and shoots.
All right. Let's
Alrighty.
roll.
Time to make a cool check.
All right. So, as a reminder, make sure you go into, I believe it's the combat section, and do initiative slot. Cool.
Oh, is it cool? Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. So you guys, this was you guys had kind of premeditated this stuff out here. Oh, never mind. Like I'll give you guys cool. So for instance, I'm gonna give the kind of thug to the 2 groups of kind of thug goons just vigilance here. They're not they didn't really see this coming.
Now we'll
And I'm also not, and actually for everyone it's gonna be vigilance, because also you got that successful deception check.
Okay.
You're good. Let me just do this now.
Oh, and I'm spending a strain for rapid reaction to
Okay.
make that an additional success.
Okay, perfect. So I will roll for Drielzad and for Paxos. Combat vigilance. So let me just get that initiative order out here. Where'd it go? One second here. It's got to be around here somewhere, yeah? That's odd. Normally it's right in the sidebar here. All right. Well, I'll just take care of it manually here. So we have, for everyone listening at home, so Drielzad did quite well, getting 3 and 3. So that's going to be an NPC slot at 3 and 3. Our players, so Atmos got a 0-0.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. Bishop got a 0-1. Our good friend Van's got a 2-2.
2-2. Mm-hmm.
And where is Zale? Zale got a 1-2. Okay. So then our thugs got a 1-2 and a 1-1 respectively. So there's going to be 2 NPC slots there, and Paxos got a 1-1. So the setup here is going to be NPC, PC, PC, 3 NPCs, PC, PC. So it's a big old clump of NPCs with the player characters kind of sandwiching it. So what
Okay.
I will say, because an NPC slot is first, is not going to be Drillzod because you got the successful deception check off. So what I will say is that Paxos is going to leap into action first. So to set the scene, I will say that Bishop, you are in short range of Drillzod, Paxos, and the 4,
Mhm.
while the other 3 are in medium range currently.
Mhm.
And then the three other security are in short range of the 3 of you and medium range of Bishop. So basically there's the group of 6 there and the other group of 3. So Paxos is going to leap up and for one maneuver get within short range of Zale and is going to, because he can't take strain because he's not a nemesis, so is going to spend his whole turn running up to Zale.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Up, you're
what
still
was that?
muted.
You're still muted. Are you? Make sure you unmute yourself in Discord for Craig. There we go.
Sorry. I was looking something up and didn't want. Anyway,
No worries.
I'm pretty sure rivals can do things that would take strain.
It just
but
damages them.
Yeah, or it contributes to their strain and their wound pool are basically the same pool.
Right. Okay. Then thank you for that. So they will take a strain to get right up next to you and then make an attack on you, Zale. So you all see Paxos, this massive hulking shad, just run up and doesn't have a weapon, just is gonna punch you, basically. So
I have the worst luck with punching.
do you have anything that might help you in terms of...
No.
Okay, so it's going to be 2 purple versus 2 yellow and 2 green. So I'm going to roll for Paxos. So that's 2 successes. So that means you will take 6 wounds.
Ouch.
I have 2 soak at least, so that's
Okay,
4 wounds.
Because they have 4 brawn.
Yeah.
Oh, but then having like gauntlets on adds 1 damage, so 7. So you take
Alright, so that's
5
fine.
total wounds as you all see Paxos just run up and just basically sucker punch Zale in the stomach.
Ah! I keep getting punched recently. I hate it.
Unfortunately. So next is a player character slot. I think Vans, you did literally start this encounter, so makes sense to me.
If everyone's okay.
That's fine.
Is there like large concrete neon signs hanging from the rafters and stuff like that in this area, or things that are kind of...
Sounds to me like you want to spend a destiny point to tell me that there are large, giant neon signs hanging from the rafters.
Yes, and I'm wondering if by spending that, if this is possible, that by spending that neon or that destiny point that is there, that a called shot to take out one of the cables, having it swing into a large person or several of them, depending on how well I shoot.
Mhm.
Is that more like fall damage because it's swinging, or what type of damage would it be? Because it's not a blaster, but it's a big, heavy concrete.
Yeah,
That
for
does-
sure.
If I have a thing that might be applicable.
Okay.
When someone throws something at someone using the move power, which isn't what's going on, but I think that's the closest there is for falling object damage.
Sure.
It's... let's see. It says deals damage equal to 10 times silhouette. I think it does 5 damage if it's silhouette 0, and since silhouette 1 is like person size.
I'm thinking like a huge neon sign. So I'll put like a 1 size. So like a 10.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, that sounds great to me. So spend that destiny point.
We'll spend that destiny point.
So who are you wanting this sign to be right above?
That's the question. Do we want the big guy, or do we want...
I don't think we want the big guy because I'm right next to the big guy.
But it would be comical that this thing suddenly just takes the big guy out.
Yeah, I think that would be
Yeah,
hilarious, honestly.
for sure.
It'd be like a
Yeah.
cartoon.
Yeah, but if a 10 wound thing hits me with my soak, I am going to be down. I'm pretty sure.
Vans is a very good shot. I trust Vans.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Yeah, maybe it's hanging intersecting.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like one shot and it just nails them. And the object, is there any window? There's no windows in this to get to the lower level or anything like that.
No.
But
I mean, you could definitely try and just drop a sign on him, and it'll at the minimum hurt him real bad. We'll just have to see what the roll happens. So
we'll see. Yeah, and we'll
it's
have
gonna
to
be 2 difficulty,
Okay.
and then because now for a call shot, normally you add 2 per black die on, right?
It normally would be two setback dice, black dice,
Mhm.
but because of his weapon and his ability of called shot in his tree, those are removed.
Okay.
I
Yeah, what's up?
hate to be the one who says this, but I know, or at least I'm pretty sure I know the rule. If they're in engaged range to somebody,
Yes.
you
And
would have
upgrade the
to
difficulty once.
upgrade, and the
Yes.
despair means
Right.
You hit the
Yes.
ally. Mhm.
Okay.
That
So,
is very true.
but because of Van's build, basically the 2 black dice are negated, so it's basically just a straight
It would
roll.
be straight. Otherwise, unless I'm looking, do I think Bishop can take him out? You know
Who
what?
knows?
I think I'm gonna group wise. I think I want to take out as many of that small group of 3.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll remove the upgrade.
Yeah.
So
the small group of 3.
go ahead.
All right. So it's gonna be. I don't have a boost from the rhetoric, do I? Still.
No.
no, that only lasts for a
No,
round.
because that happened with your deception roll. So
All right. So
that's gone for
I
everyone,
do
unfortunately.
have accurate, so there's that.
Okay.
They haven't gone, so that's an additional one because they have not acted. So kind of going towards. Would you say that since that group is not acted, I'd still get my boost for one of my talents, which is called, as I'm looking at it right now, it's called Quick Strike. So basically, I had a boost for in combat checks against targets that have not acted yet in the
Sounds
encounter.
good. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Let's make this happen. All right, here we
Boy,
go.
this will be a fun roll.
I'm hoping it is. So, all right, let's make sure. Here we go. For the
Please
audience,
tell the audience at home
that is
what just
4
happened.
successes, 1 advantage, and a triumph.
Okay, so the triumph just knocks one out of the encounter. Going by normal weapon rules, you are going to deal 14 damage to these just poor saps with those 4 successes. So they have 4 soaks, so that's 10 damage, which is going to take down another one and heavily injure another. So I'll just take that off in my little tracker here. And you also have an advantage, and then we'll describe what just happened.
I'm going to use that advantage to get some soak back.
Or strain.
Or excuse me, strain. But what I'm also going to be doing as my first maneuver is to shoot, or excuse me, to aim, shoot, and then I'm using a second maneuver to hide behind cover.
Okay, so taking cover.
Taking cover, so that would take an additional 2 strain, but then using that advantage to reduce 1 of that back.
Sounds good. So you all see Vans pull like lightning fast, pull out Jack's gut, blast this neon sign. It's got like sabak, and just shoots, and it just wham slams into 2 of these guards and hit like kind of nicks the other one, and basically does like a full 180, just hits up and basically slams them in the ceiling and then drops them back down, and they're just out for the count, as basically this sign just does a full pendulum swing.
So with that triumph too, would you say
Mhm.
that because it kind of comes down, it's making it difficult to get through that particular side of the area
Sure.
and a little bit of cover, if that, so to speak?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Or-
Say hi
I
to the
like
back to
saying
tank for me.
this. All right. We have another player character slot coming up here.
Can I take it?
Go ahead.
That's up to y'all.
Actually, wait. What? Let me check the order. I don't want to take it if there's.
So after this is the NPCs, and then you guys bring up the rear with 2 more. So up to y'all.
I've got some ideas if you don't have anything important, Zale.
There's something I wanted to say and to do, but it's probably not like ultra important to the combat.
Okay. So Atmos is kind of close to the door right now, right?
Mhm.
And he sees this first group get basically wiped out, right? And his attention immediately turns to Drillzod and those 4 goons with him. So I think he's actually going to swap off of his stun setting again, and let's see, he's going to take an aim maneuver and attack this group of the guys wielding the stun batons.
Yeah, the group of 4.
Yep.
Sounds
so
good.
I get a
So-
boost for my aim.
And it's going to be 2 difficulty because they're medium range, and whenever you're ready.
Alrighty. All right, that's 2 successes and a advantage.
So you're going to deal 9 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to the other group, that's going to not quite take the one out with their soak, but you kind of blast into them. What do you want for that advantage?
For that advantage, I'm going to pass on a boost die to whoever does the next
Okay.
attack.
Got it. So yeah, you blast in. They kind of start to scatter, so you don't manage to take one out as they kind of move a little too fast. But they're like a little more scattered now, so they're less organized, and you guys all have a bit of a advantage going forward. So NPC time. So first off, Drillzod is going to, in one smooth motion, if they were a player character, they'd talk about the quick draw talent. Just stand up in one smooth motion and aim at who else but Vans. So we are going to add in a difficulty, a black die for cover, a boost die for you being for him aiming, and then their skill and 2 difficulty dice. We're gonna see. Yes.
I also have a few more. So
Okay.
because of his armor, he has
Mhm.
defense. So that's
Okay.
one additional setback for that.
Okay.
And then as an incidental,
Mhm.
using my dodge talent, I upgrade one of those dice, purple dice, to a red, and I will take a strain.
Alrighty. So it's gonna be all right. So I'm gonna roll. Let's see what happens. So their total are 3 successes and 2 advantage, which is not enough to crit. So
Oh,
you are going to take 8 total damage.
all right. So I have a soak of 3, so I will take 5.
5 damage, and is going to use the 2 advantage to give you a black die on whatever you do next. Vans
Setback.
is basically
Okay.
you see drills out in one smooth motion, just stand up, pull out your mother's blaster, and just start blasting into you. And they basically kind of blast your cover, not away, but basically make you, they are single minded focus. And for a second, it maybe it's a little scary, maybe a little sobering in terms
Okay.
of you. This has been a long time coming in a way.
Mhm.
All right. So now we have the sad group of 1 like security enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
The one person who didn't get just demolished by a sign. So they will. What are they gonna do? They're gonna run up and try and zap our good friend Atmos. So we'll see how this goes. Probably not too
All
great.
right. I have a defensive one, so add a setback dice to that.
Okay. And is that all the effects for now?
Yeah, I didn't take my defensive stance, so.
No worries. So let's see how this goes.
Oh boy.
So you will take 8 strain damage. So that's reduced by your soak, I believe, right?
Yes, it is.
So
So I'm only gonna take 4.
So you take 4 strain, as this is a shock like truncheon. So you basically get kind of zapped. But you see what happens is they run up and they extend and they shock you, but then they're so disoriented that they just fall prone.
Mm-hmm.
As they like basically kind of lunge a little too much and they get you, but then just completely fall on their face prone.
That was 3
Someone
successes
finally
and
fell prone.
Because they rolled 3 successes and 3 threat.
4 threat.
4 threat.
Mhm.
4 threat.
Yes.
Geez. So, what do I even do with that extra threat? I suppose. What is a typical like?
They take a set. Someone in the group takes a setback dice. on
Okay,
their
so
next-
yeah, this next group will take a setback die here to what they're about to do. I will say, as
Mhm.
this is just demoralizing. It's embarrassing for the whole department for sure. And just in case, I believe I said, but for hitting Vans, Drilzad rolled 3 successes and 2 advantage. I'm not sure if I said that for people
I think
at home.
you did.
No worries. Just to make sure. So now the group of 4, who hopefully are going to be a little better at this. So they're going to just go for the closest individual, which is going to be Bishop. So they are now Bishop. Do you have any things that are going to make him harder to hit, like defense, melee defense, or any abilities?
That is a good question.
So it'd be in your armor if you do. They do have a setback because of that threat. They're demoralized for sure.
No, it doesn't say anything on armor.
Okay, sounds good. So it's going to be 3 yellow versus a setback and 2 purple because there's 4 of them. So, oof.
Ouch.
So that's a success, 3 advantage, and a triumph.
Oh no.
So
That's 2 crits, probably.
their critical rating for the shock truncheon is 4, luckily.
Oh, okay.
For y'all. But that is 1 crit. So I need you, Bishop, to go in and roll a critical effect for yourself. No vicious or anything, so it's just a D100. If you go into your yes. Yes, so you are hamstrung. So you lose your free maneuver for until the end of this encounter. As so they run up, you are going to take 6 damage, 6 strain reduced by your soak. So what's your soak?
4.
So you take 2 strain,
Okay.
and I will say that they're going to give Driel a boost with 2 advantage, and then their next ally another boost. So whoever goes in that first NPC slot. As you see these 4 guards run up in a much more organized fashion than the others, and they just all kind of stab and go in with the shock truncheon, but they go for the legs. A bit of a nasty trick, but effective as you kind of wince with pain, Bishop. But I believe something nasty happens to them in response, correct?
Oh, yes.
From your
Good call.
cloak.
Yeah. Let's see.
Remind me and the viewers what happens as they make the foolish mistake of doing melee battle with Bishop.
Yep. melee battle doesn't work. So if a wielder is hit by a melee or brawl attack, the attacker takes 7 stun damage.
All right. So yeah.
And that expends 1 of 3 charges. So I don't know how you want to treat that.
So that's 1 charge. So like
Okay.
they as a group, because basically in Edge of the Empire, like a group of minions is considered kind of 1 person for certain effects. So like they as a group are going to take 1 or 7 strain. So which is going to just translate to their wounds to take 3 total, which is enough to knock 1 out. So you see they all kind of go in, and you see that one that got shot at by our good friend Atmos kind of stabs into your cloak, and there's this weird moment where the electricity of the stun baton and your cloak mix together and then just shoot up their arm, and they are onto the ground unconscious. So there's now only 3 of those people, but you paid the price for that one. So
yeah,
we got back now to the bottom of you 2 NPCs here. So we got the 3 goons, 1 goon, and then Dreel and Paxos.
Did you have something?
I did, but you're the one who just got attacked, so
Okay.
if you want to go first, that's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that I've really got much. I mean, I could spend a strain to move. Is that kind of where we're at now?
Yeah, so
Is that how that works?
So you lost your free maneuver, so you have to spend strain to take a maneuver now. So you'd have to take some strain if you wanted to move anywhere.
Okay.
So otherwise, you are right next to the 3 guards that just hit you. But other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen is.
Okay. So it's going to be 2 purple die. They don't have any cool defensive abilities.
Okay. So let me double check to make sure I've cleared the pool.
Okay.
So I don't know how this is treated with the minion system, but I'm going to use the fist.
Okay. I mean,
all right.
It's treated as they're going to get hurt.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
right.
that's 4 successes and 2 threat.
Yes.
So that's 12 damage. Doesn't reduce their soak. It doesn't ignore it, but yeah, that hurts them real bad. So there's only 2 left. And as you just basically, what does it look like as you just go in to sucker punch them with your power fist?
Yeah, if it's just the one then, right? So probably just from drop down to that knee, I guess, being hamstrung and all, just kind of an uppercut to the one immediately in front.
Yeah, is just like they go flying backwards. There's now only 2 left, and one of them is even still kind of injured from the residual and all that mechanically.
Okay.
For 2, I'm gonna just deal you 2 strain. Like this was a pretty acrobatic maneuver, and doing that while you're hamstrung hurt.
Okay.
Like as you kind of wind up and go to move, it doesn't feel good at all. So that's going to be the 2 threat. And last but not least, Zale. So you got a Dashad that just punched you.
Yeah. Okay, so Zale is kind of coughing and reeling, and and they stumble. Sorry, I said that way too loud. They stumble backwards a bit. That's me taking a maneuver to go from engaged range to short
range.
And as they're doing this, and I'm spending the strain for it, they pull out their stim pack and use it.
Okay.
And that will heal the 5 wounds I took.
Correct.
And I still have an action. Zale is going to take the blaster that they were handed that I do not have the stats for, I'm sorry.
I've got them, don't worry.
Okay, and half my family lives in hut space, you sons of Doashim. And she fires.
Yeah, so it's just 1 purple die. This Dashad doesn't have any ranged defense or anything, so.
All right, let me just roll ranged lights. the weapon I've got is not the weapon I'm using. I will make sure to clear my dice pool.
Okay.
That's a failure and an advantage. So maybe I didn't hit, but well, there were a bunch of other people scattered around. Maybe where the blaster shot went, someone had to dodge to the side and give my allies a clearer shot.
Okay, so whoever goes next gets a boost.
Gets a
is what
boost,
you're
yeah.
using? Sounds good. Yeah, you fire and it doesn't hit Paxos, and they just kind of seems very intent on getting ya.
Oh.
So that's the yes. What's up?
At some
Wait.
point, there was a boost that was forwarded. That I
Oh.
don't
Yeah,
think
that's
we used.
right.
Oh yeah, go and roll
Did
that.
I
boost.
forget?
Right.
Okay, let me roll that
Yeah,
boost
because
die.
I handed off a boost that nobody took.
I forgot
Oh yeah.
that.
Oh.
So
Oh,
it actually got you two. So basically, you didn't succeed still, but you got a extra advantage.
Oh wow.
So do you want to just pass 2 boost on to the next one,
I
or do you
want
want
to-
to give and send it to someone specific?
I want to pass 2 boost on.
Okay, sounds good. So the first person, first NPC, first PC to go is going to get 2 boost. 2 boost. All right. So we're back up to the top of the order. NPC slot. I'm just trying to think of who wants to act more right now, Paxos or Driel. I think it's Paxos, honestly. They're going to maneuver to get up right next to Zale. They're going to take more strain to use a maneuver. So they are going to do a kind of maneuver that gives them a boost die.
They're aiming.
Yeah.
Okay.
All that good stuff. And they also have that extra boost die from advantage. So do we have any other things to affect this? Because right now
I
it's...
want to flip a destiny point to upgrade their.
Sounds like it might be a good idea, because right now we have 2
Yeah.
boost, 2 green, 2 yellow against just 2 difficulty dice.
Okay, I will use destiny.
All right. So let's see how this goes.
Oh.
It could be worse. So
Not
Ow.
really.
There could be a
there were no
triumph.
triumphs. So that is 3 successes and 4 advantage. So not only are you taking a total of 8 damage, but that's a critical hit.
8 damage minus my soak?
Reduced by your soak. Yeah.
Okay.
No pierce on this old puncheroo. So
And remember, I still have a crit on me, so the crit roll is at +10 because of that. Because
So
we
have
never
fun.
successfully healed that crit.
That's correct.
Let's see. I'll put in the wounds. How many wounds did you say?
8.
You 6
Oh,
when you
6,
take
sorry.
your soak into account.
6 when I take the soak into account? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And let's roll that critical injury. The suspense. Are you do you know where you're going in
Oh,
the...
yes.
your
Sorry,
sheet?
I forgot that you don't roll it.
Why would I?
Yeah.
It's your character.
Yeah,
I mean...
no, that makes sense. Let
No,
me.
you're good. So yeah, that's just in your... There's a whole little section for it. Do you know where it is in Roll20?
Yeah, do I put in the roll offset, or does
No,
it
you
take
should-
it into account? Okay.
So yeah, you should be able to just kind of
Okay,
hit it.
agonizing wound. Increased difficulty of all brawn and agility checks by 1 difficulty die at the end of encounter. Crud.
Yeah.
That's
As-
terrible for combat.
As they then swing around with their other fist and kind of hit you, and there's like a little bit of a pop in your shoulder, and it's like you're fine, but it hurts.
You.
And they just kind of right in your face with this, and they're like really tall, and they have this like really kind of like gross reptilian 4-pronged mouth. So it's like this kind of very unsettling laugh. I will say they've dealt a good amount of damage to themselves just in taking strain, but they're
Do we have a PC slot now?
yes, now we have 2 PC
I'm taking
slots.
it.
Yep. I feel like that's probably for the best.
What you
Yep.
got going on, Zale?
Get out of my face. Get out of my face right now. And I attempt to use influence.
All right, so tell me how that works in terms of right now in combat.
What I am going to be doing is basically I'm trying to mind trick the Dashad into, well, leaving.
Okay.
Or at least getting out of my face. What happens after that? Zale's not really in a condition to specify.
Okay. So this is basically going to be opposed by their
discipline versus discipline, which
Okay.
is probably a bad idea, but I have a better chance of doing this than I do of shooting anything right now.
They don't have a great discipline, so they only have 2 purple die discipline. However, since they are Dashad, they do upgrade the difficulty,
Yeah.
which I've put in for you. So what it would be, well, so here it upgrades the difficulty. So I'm gonna add in a downgrade to you in Roll20 for you. But you do have 2 boosts.
Yes, I do. Okay, I am going to put in those
And
boosts.
I'm also going to use one of my dark side points to upgrade to a red.
Okay, fine. Let's do
Oh,
it. Where's my
boy.
discipline? Oh, and I add a
So-
force die to the because of what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. But you got your 2 boost die, so. So for the ones at home, that is a 1 advantage and 2 dark side points. So Zale, you are unable to influence the Dashad.
Oh.
You do have an advantage. I mean, personally, it makes sense to me if this gives him a setback on his next.
Yeah, I think this.
So you see there's this like look of confusion for a moment in Paxos that just then kind of turns into rage. Like, don't mess with me!
I'm messing with you?
Yeah! Rude. So that was your action. Do you have a maneuver you would like to take?
One moment.
Of course.
I need to check again on what
It's
can
kind
do
of an
in
intense
this.
combat. I understand.
Yeah, no.
Like 4 episodes of build-up, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Does someone remind me? Does aim? Okay, no. I'm going to take the guarded stance maneuver. That's
Okay.
going to give me a setback die to combat checks until end of next turn, but +1 melee defense.
Sounds good.
I'm just getting into.
Yeah. You like try to do this cool influence thing, and then you're just like, no, please, don't hit me. All right.
Zell
Next.
doesn't know what she's trying to do.
Next PC slot.
Can Vans go?
Go ahead.
So help me describe the situation. You've got the big guy that's kind of by the door. He's close to Zale.
So Paxos and Zale are kind of like short range away from you. Atmos and the now 1 guard are right there, and then right short range away from you is Bishop and the 2 guards, and then medium range from you is Drilzad, just eyes deadlocked on you.
Oh, so he's medium range from me.
Correct. You are still in
Oh.
cover.
Yeah. Vans is, yeah, I'm like, Vans wants to throw a stun grenade at Dishad to
Okay.
get him, and then yell at Bishop to take care of the big guy when you're done.
Okay. So it's going to be 2 difficulty, it's short range, so 1 difficulty, but upgraded because he's engaged with your good friend, Zale.
No, not the Dishad. I'm sorry, not the Dishad, but
The 2 guards on Bishop.
no, the bad guy, big bad guy.
Oh, Drill.
Drilzad.
Drizz, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Drilzad, which sounds
Drilzad.
kind of like Dishad. I
Yeah.
see where that.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, it does. That's fun. So 2 difficulty then. You do have a setback from that from previous from his previous attack.
Okay. And are you adding the setback or am I?
I did say
Okay,
it. So it's 1 setback, 2 difficulty. And this is the first time y'all are directly shooting at him. So it's going to upgrade the difficulty again because of being really cool.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And how many
And-
light
and
sides
pushover.
do we have?
Adversary 1. What's that?
What is our pool? We're at
2 and
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
You spent-
I'm still, yeah.
So
Uh,
you tell me. Yeah. That just encourages
a
me
minute
to
ago.
spend them, really.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna chuck it. So here we go.
Okay. Let's see how it happens.
All right, skills light. Here we go. Ranged light. All right, so I'm unsuccessful with hitting him with the grenade, but I can use 3 of the what I resolved was 3 or 4 advantage. So
Mhm.
there's no successes, but a 4 advantage. I can proctor blast with 3 advantage, even
And-
though I did not hit. Normally
I
it
thought do
takes
it.
2 advantage, but I would like to proctor blast for that.
Okay. Sounds good. So what does the blast do for the stun grenade?
If I recall, it is only 6 damage stun.
Okay.
I will double check on that, but I'm confident that that's what it says.
All right.
And that says blast of 8. Excuse me. So
All
8.
right. So take now I will let you know that Drilzad is a nemesis and so has separate strain. So we'll take 4 strain. All right. And then you do have an extra advantage. So what would you like to spend that on?
I'm going to give him a setback
Okay.
on anything that he wants to do next
Sounds
because
good.
of this disorientation.
Yeah.
From
And so basically you throw it and you misjudge it a little bit, but it still explodes in midair and kind of gets at the side of Drill and has to kind of adjust away so that they just get the edge of the impact. Not edge of the empire, but
and
it's-
then as the maneuver getting to that cover position again
okay.
and,
Yeah.
and moving into actually no, keeping at medium range from him.
Right. Well, if you wanted to get in short range, that'd be 2 maneuvers to do that and get in cover. So
Yeah, no, I'll get in cover at this point, making
Okay.
sure that I got the cover for him.
all right. So
I'm like, and I will say to him, the Benji's will is not yours; it is mine.
all right. So next up is NPC land. So we're going to have Drilzad go. So it's going to be 2 total setback from advantage and from your cover. they're going to aim, which is going to give them boost die, and they got a boost die from other NPCs helping. So it's going to
It's
be all
also going to
that.
be one additional one for defense.
Okay, got it. And because I can, I'll use a dark side point to upgrade their check. They want to take you down. So, all right. So that's 5 successes and 1 threat.
Wow.
So, yeah. So you're going to 10 damage before soak.
All right. So that is going to put me at exactly 12.
Is that your threshold?
That is at my threshold. I have not exceeded, so I am still up.
All right. And on that note,
Don't you have a stim pack?
I do have a stim pack, yes.
With Vans on the brink and the guards about to go, is where we'll have to leave us off for today's episode
Oh no!
of Halcyon Days.
Oh.
Zale critted next to the Dashad. Yeah.
I forgot to upgrade. He was supposed to get upgraded too. Oh well. All right. Yep.
With Atmos, pretty okay, but with 2 of the party members critted, Vans at threshold, and Real God still at large. Thank you everyone for joining us for this very climactic so far episode of Halcyon Days. Let's go back through everyone and sign off. So, Alex, please let us know about yourself and where we can find you for now.
Yep.
Next week.
Once again, I am Alex. You can find me on Twitter at ShockTheLink. I tweet a lot about Star Wars. I'm thinking it's getting close to about the time when I think it's been long enough to share Rise of Skywalker spoilers, so I'll start talking about that fairly soon here. Other than that, you can find me on Instagram, also at ShockTheLink. I recently finished the box set for Star Wars Legion. Well, almost finished. I have 2 more minis that I need to finish. One of which came in the mail without a head, which sucked. But there's a replacement coming sometime this week, so I'll have that done soon. Done here pretty soon. Apart from that, I haven't been on it recently, but we still do Star Wars: The Old Republic at 1 and 20 D&D on Twitch on Sundays, usually around 9-ish. We have a guild there, so if you play Star Wars: The Old Republic and want to join us, let us know. And that's just about it.
Awesome. Next up, Wade.
Yep, that Sunday Fun Day stuff is also 10 if you're on East Coast. I know it gets late real quick. I'm Wade. You can find me at Not Quite Wade on Twitter. You can... Here, look, I've got this nifty little QR code you could probably go to, because it's difficult to spell my last name. For my photography account on Instagram, you can find kind of Rob and myself at NQH Podcast on Twitter, or you can go to notquiteheroespodcast.com, any of the such. I think that's it.
Awesome. And Jay.
Again, I'm Jay. You can find me at Neophet3. I active in Discord, and also I have some conventions coming up next month in February, one in Minnesota and one in Michigan.
Awesome. And always last in these things, but never least, Io.
I'm Io. You can find me at Io McCoy on Twitter. I talk about politics sometimes, and also occasionally yell about how hard writing is.
Awesome. And I am, as always, Robert the GM at Robbie Roll on Twitter. You can find me early on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Central Time, running a weekly D&D 5th edition game, Revenge of the Gith. We just finished. We're in the middle of our 2nd season. It's getting real spicy and real intriguey and a lot of fun. You can also find me starting next week, every other Thursday on that same channel, Valdrina's channel, running or playing in a Pathfinder 2nd edition game with the wonderful Niffer Nif from Second Sunrise fame. Speaking of, you should tune in tomorrow, same place, not quite the same time, 8 p.m. Central Time, for one of the soon to be final, as we're also in our very final episodes here of Second Sunrise, our twin sister game. Wonderful, run by Steven the GM, Steven the bad DM. Sorry, our fun sister campaign, who I'm sure is going to have an equally bad time in some other way as the party just had today. And other than that, follow us at Tabletop Galaxy for more updates for YouTube and podcast releases, all that good stuff. But other than that, be good to everyone.
And
Yes.
thank Roll20
Yes.
for being able to sponsor us in this so that we can present this game to you from
Mhm.
Pearl.
This game would be quite literally impossible to do online with an interface like this without Roll20. So thank you very much for the system, and everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow for Second Sunrise. Bye.
Bye.
We're doing the thing.
Yeah, we're doing the waving thing. Oh, the cool